In this video, we're going to look at the 2016 Trades Technology Wood Higher Level Section A. So in question 1, they're asking you, what is the name of the power tool shown in the diagram? So it's an orbital sander. What is the use of this particular tool? The functions of it are to smooth and to sand the surface of the wood. So just an example would be a tabletop. In question 2, the woodworking tool shown on the right hand side is a sliding bevel, and the function of the tool is to mark or measure angles in wood. Question 3 is images of different leaves and a list of trees. So the first one is oak, the second one is willow, the third one is horse chestnut, the fourth one is ash, and the fifth one is lime. 3D printers can be used by students studying technological subjects to produce prototype models of their project. So what does CAM stand for? Computer Aided Manufacture, and give one advantage of using CAM. So it produces accurate models and products are made quickly. In question 5, the diagram shows a wood board that has been distorted, and the name of the distortion is called cupping. So the causes of cupping are that the board shrinks unequal or very quickly, it may be poorly stacked or not supported properly. In question 6, the thin strips that are glued together sometimes to form curved pieces. The technique is called laminating. Each of these pieces is called a laminate. The advantages of laminates are you can form curves, and also they're very strong. Laminates are very strong. Question 7, the diagram shows a tenon saw. The part labelled A is called the brass strip or the rib of the saw, and the function of it is that it strengthens the blade and it also keeps the blade straight. Question 8, the G-clamp is holding the pieces together that are being glued, and the force that it is applying to the pieces is compression. It's squeezing the pieces together, creating compression. One other type of force is called, another example given here is shear force. So that's a cutting force. So that's an example would be where a scissors cuts paper by shear, or a guillotine would cut sheet metal by shear force. In question 9, you have an angle drill there, and the two gears are at 90 degrees to each other. It gives you the direction that the small gear is moving, so you have to put in there, I put in the arrow for the direction that the larger gear is going anti-clockwise. The small gear has 12 teeth, the big one has 36, so that's 3 times as many teeth. So the small gear rotates at 60, so it has 3 times as many teeth, so it rotates at a third, so you divide that by 3 to get 20. The big gear will always rotate at a slower pace rate than the smaller one. The tool shown in the picture over here is called a countersink bit, and what is the tool generally used for? It's used to countersink a pilot hole to allow the screw head to sit flush. So just a wee sketch up there, there's the pilot hole there, and then the countersink bit creates this little angle here so that it matches the head and the angle on the head of the screw. The correct name for the woodworking fitting shown is called a rising butt hinge. So this rising butt hinge, as you open the door will slightly rise up to a higher level. And the reason for that maybe why the 2 floors either side of the door, one might be slightly higher than the other, and you want the door to rise up over the floor so that it doesn't scrape off the floor. So that's the example that's there. So where 2 rooms have different floor levels. Name the woodworking machine shown. That's a scroll saw. Give one advantage of this machine in preference to a bandsaw. So it can cut tighter, more detailed curves than a bandsaw because the blade is so thin. What is the function of the plastic tubing labelled A in the diagram? It blows away the dust from the workpiece so that you can see the lines that you're cutting to. Question 13 shows a plug. Number 1 is the cable grip. Number 2 is the neutral, which is blue in colour. The earth at the top is green and yellow. The live, number 4, is brown, and the fuse is here on the right hand side. The diagram shows the birdhouse. They want you to put the steps in the correct order. So when you're finishing a birdhouse, the first thing you do is fill up any gaps that you might have from nails or screws, or maybe little cracks. Sand the piece down, put on a primer coat, put on an undercoat, and put on a finish coat would be the last step. 2 reasons why it is necessary to apply a surface finish to a wooden artifact: to protect the wood, so protect it from maybe damage, protect it from dirt. It also, the finish will also enhance the appearance, so it'll make it look better, and it makes the project more durable. Question 16, the diagram shows wooden boards which have been stacked for seasoning. The name of the part labelled A is called a sticker, and the function of the sticker is that it leaves a space between the boards so that the air can then go in between the boards to dry them out. 2 different methods of seasoning. One is kiln, where it's done inside in an oven, and the second method is natural or air seasoning, is where it's sort of outside with a roof over it, and the weather, the sun and the wind dries out the wood. Question 17. There are 2 different categories of plastics. One is called a thermosettings, and the other one are called thermoplastics. The plastic that can be remolded is called thermoplastic, so it can be melted down and reformed into new products. You have a list of trees in question 18. You're asked to tick which is hardwoods and which are softwoods. So oak, beech and maple are hardwood, and Sitka spruce and Douglas fir are softwoods. 3 different types of carving. In question 19, you're asked to name each one. So this first one is called chip carving. This could be either called 3D carving or wood sculpture, and the third one is called relief carving. In question 20, you're given a bench and you're asked to fill in the missing numbers and detail on the cutting list. So front legs, there are 2 front legs. There they are there. The back legs, there's no measure, nothing required there. The cross rails, front and back, are 680 long. There's one of them there, and it's 50 by 30. It tells you that all of the material is 50 by 30 except for the certain ones. The side rails are 360. So I've got 420, and this is 30 and this is 30. If you add that, that's 60. Take it away from 420, you get 360. The curved back piece is 800 long and it's 200 wide. And then there's 2 dowels at the back there.